Hello, everyone. Welcome to another conscious conversation. I'm Danielle Gaudette, and today I am in Massachusetts and we're having snow. So I'm hoping that the internet will be okay. Um, Sorry if anything blips, we'll try to keep it going. And if you are joining me, I would love to hear where you are tuning in from. So please feel free to write in the chat box and share with me any comments as we go through today's conversation. So today's topic is shifting our mindset. So, the kind of shift that I'm talking about here, well, since we are Earth Management TV, right, this is all related to looking at the Earth because I believe that everyone who is joining me, everyone who is interested in joining these conversations, we are all concerned, right? We're concerned about the health of the planet, we're concerned about the world, the condition of the world, and the future of humanity, and not even just the future, but peace among humanity, right? We want to see a better world. I believe that's what everyone who is watching is interested in, right? So, the healing, that's the kind of healing for the earth that we're all looking for. And that healing actually s- can only start within us, within each human being. I know it sounds strange, but if human beings are going to coexist with the earth, then human beings need to heal inside of themselves in order for the earth to heal. Because, right, if there's no more human beings, the earth's going to restore itself. But since we're here and we want to coexist together for a long time, we need healing. So, where's that healing found? It's found within us. So, the mindset shift that we're talking about here is the shift from the outside, outer world, to the inside, inner world. What do I mean? Those of us who are concerned, we can get very um, sort of focused outward on the problem, right? The problems that we hear about constantly in the news, on social media, everywhere we look, they cause us to feel, of course, worry and sadness, despair, and also fear. And then we get angry, and blaming towards the outside world, towards all the people, whoever they are, wherever they may be, who are causing these hurts for people and hurts for the planet. So we get really focused outward, and then we can get stuck, unfortunately, in a kind of blame cycle, right? We can get stuck in a negative mindset. As long as we're focusing on them, we kind of can't stop blaming and judging and criticizing them. And this is not a criticism either for any of us who have done that in the past or maybe even doing that right now. This is not a criticism. This is actually a very natural, normal principle in a way. Because the outside world where we're looking at the physical world. And in the physical world, inevitably, everything is separate, right? That is the nature of the physical world, the physical body. Right? So I'm here, you're there, there's a plant, there's a table, there's another thing. There's always something we can see, something we can touch, something we can hear, something we can smell, something that we experience with our five senses. And because of that, there's so many different things, right? So many different, some beautiful things, but also some really not beautiful things, the things we feel uncomfortable with in our senses. But my point here is because we're experiencing the external physical world, including other human beings in it, with our five senses, it's inevitable that because of that separation, we see differences. And so we critique. Oh, that color's prettier than that color. I like that sound, but I don't like that sound. I like that person, but I don't like that person. Judging, differentiating, it's inevitable when we look outside at the physical world. And when that goes deeper and deeper, it also inevitably leads to conflict, right? So once we're something's good and something's bad, something's better than the other thing, conflict starts to arise. Judgments run deeper, blame runs deeper. And then it just keeps breeding this sort of frustration, annoyance, feelings of despair, anger, or even just fear when we are consumed by that sort of judging, differentiating, critiquing, and then criticizing and blaming mindset. And the world just looks scarier and scarier. And I personally lived in a that kind of place for a very long time when I was much younger. And I couldn't stop seeing the problems. Everywhere I looked, everything I heard was another problem and another frightening thing happening to the planet, frightening thing that human beings were doing to each other. And I felt very overwhelmed by that. So I get that feeling of overwhelm. We all respond to that feeling in different ways. Me, I felt afraid. I kind of shriveled up. I shrunk back. I sort of wanted to hide. But other people can feel that and, get angry or get aggressive or get really, really critical and blaming towards the people or powers that be that we feel are causing it. Probably because we feel powerless to make any change as long as we're looking externally. So, the shift that I'm talking about here is healing, and we can even say like healing on a large scale, like healing of the world, of the planet begins with just simply shifting from outside to inside. And again, if what I'm saying resonates with you or it doesn't make any sense, please feel free to type in the chat box. I love to hear your comments. It helps me to know if I'm explaining it clearly or if there's something more I need to say to sort of get this point across clearly and how important I think that it is. And I know this is kind of piggybacking off of my last conscious conversation, which is about how important we are. And again, it's true how important we are and just our effort to shift our mindset from being stuck externally to now starting to look inward. Now starting to look inward. So, what does this mean? This doesn't mean turning the blame from outside onto me. And it also doesn't mean putting up with, being okay with unhealthy behavior, unkind behavior, hurtful behavior. It doesn't mean that. It means if I want that to change, first I need to look inside myself and I need to see if somehow, some way inside of me, I am contributing to the problem, unfortunately, by contributing to the anger or the aggression or the negativity or all the different kinds of forms of hate that are happening on this planet. Oh, I see a comment. Hold on a second. So from Patricia from Belize. Hi, Patricia. Welcome back. So, how can we ensure that we continue to focus on us and our part and not look external, especially when things get overwhelming? Oh, it's a good question. Thank you for asking. Well, I think it's something I don't know if we can ensure it. It's just something we have to kind of be aware of and practice it over and over again. So just realizing it, Patricia, just coming to understand, wait, like checking ourselves, like stopping ourselves. Wait, am I focusing outside? How can I catch it? I can catch it when I'm, blaming this person. I can hear myself in my head or even outside and, through my conversation, complaining about this thing, talking negatively about that thing. Then I know I'm focused outside. So becoming aware of it and now come back to me. So let me talk about the coming back to me part. Maybe that will also be helpful. Come back to me. What does that mean? Take a moment to feel myself. Okay. Feelings. I come back to myself by feeling my feelings and being present with my feelings. So if I hear about that news and it makes me upset, now I just want to come back to me by recognizing, okay, I feel upset. Okay, I feel angry right now when I hear about that. Okay, I feel so sad when I hear about that. This seems like uncomfortable, but we have to do that. We have to own our own feeling because the reality is like someone else might hear that same bit of news and be like, I don't really mind about that. Doesn't make me angry. Somebody else might hear about it and feel very calm and peaceful. Somebody else might hear about it and go into a rage. Somebody else might hear about it and start crying. Somebody else might hear about it and start trembling anxiously. Like we all react in different ways. So it's really important to own my own reaction. That's my reaction. So those people didn't tell me to get mad. They did what they did for their reason, which I cannot maybe understand. But how am I reacting? So first, I at least need to be aware that I'm having a reaction. Because from that moment, I start to take my power back. And, if we're going to talk about beyond the physical dimension that we see here, we're all interconnected through energy, right? Through life energy. Life force is flowing through us. So we are definitely interconnected, all people and people with all living things, with nature. We're interconnected through this force of life energy. So energy is like a vibration that we share. That's why when we hear of people talking from a very hateful and mean place, we become angry. We feel that inside. We start to react. We're sharing the same vibration at that moment. Also, when we hear someone who's talking about something very loving, very bright, very peaceful, we resonate and we might feel some peace inside or some relief or something more hopeful or bright inside because we resonate. We share energy. So we want to become very aware of this energy field to begin the healing of our planet. So if I can't change it outside of me, at least I can change the energy inside of me first. So, do I want to just stay in this angry, resentful, blaming place? That's, if I'm honest with myself, if I'm really honest, I'm staying in this feeling and I'm kind of putting this feeling back out to the world in some way, shape, or form. Like my angry energy is flowing back out. So again, is doesn't mean that we need to feel like we're bad or doing something wrong if we get angry. It's okay. It's normal, it's natural. But at least becoming aware of myself. Can you feel the difference of what I'm talking about? Oh, I feel really angry right now. Oh, I'm having a huge reaction right now. Oh, I'm feeling really overwhelmed by this right now. It's really different than you people are doing this. Why don't you stop doing that? Don't you see that you're ruining this? You see the difference? There's no solution there. There's no solution there when we're looking outward. But as soon as I realize, oh, wait, this is uncomfortable for me. I'm hurting about this. I can sit with that feeling. I can allow that feeling. Now I can make new choices and actions, right? Once I just kind of accept that I have that feeling, I can make new choices and actions. Like, okay, first, let me calm my own feeling down. First, maybe I need to journal. Maybe I need to go for a walk. Maybe I need to breathe out. How can I calm myself? Maybe I need to drink some warm tea or take a bath, or maybe I need to go put on some music and dance or do something that I enjoy. Okay, Patricia, I see. I understand what you're saying. I won't lie, it's sometimes difficult to do, but I'm working on it. And you're right when you realize it, it allows me basically to check myself. Yes. And thank you for saying that. And I also want to say, I won't lie, it's hard for me to do too. It's right. It's hard for all of us to do, not just you. So I actually teach these kinds of things in an emotional self-mastery course, which I will probably share more on this channel about from time to time. But I tell everyone who I teach, and I remind myself every time I teach, this is nothing that we need to be hard on ourselves about if we find it challenging, if we find ourselves stumbling. Exactly as you're saying, Patricia, exactly as you're saying, is that the moment all we have to do is realize again. The moment that we realize, we're shifting our mindset here. We're just kind of opening a new awareness. And that moment, from that moment, now we're going towards a healing direction. Okay, so I really need to calm down here. Is there anything I can, we can start to ask ourselves questions, right? Is there anything I can do about this? Does it help me to stay in a place of anger? Sometimes maybe it does. I need to feel this anger so that I can write a letter to these people about this. So I can hold a meeting with this person to try to talk about a solution. If that plan of action is in your hands, that could be possible. And that's great. And that's really important. And we want to be taking those kinds of positive actions on the planet, but not with a negative mindset or an angry mindset or a blaming mindset. Because when we do it with that mindset, we just fight more, right? Think about yourself. If someone is blaming you, let's say you're having an argument with someone and they're blaming you, does it make you wanna really listen? Does it make you really wanna open your heart and hear what they have to say and consider their perspective? No, not usually. When we're blamed, we're usually just like, shut down, close my mind, go into self-defense mode, and try to not hear it, and try to just shut that other person down, fight back. This is also, like, kind of human instinct. So what we're trying to do as people who care about healing of the planet, we're trying to do the work inside ourselves first. So wait, how can I stop this unhealthy cycle of constant blaming and defensiveness and more fighting and more conflict? And now we're all just kind of going down together in this really hateful, negative energy field. Or can I pause? Can I take some time to digest this on my own? And again, I just listed a bunch of things, but I can list them again and again. What helps me to digest my emotions? So for me, it's energy practice. For somebody else, maybe it's going for a walk in nature, which I also love. Some people like to just, get their sneakers on and go for a jog and really just sweat and sweat it out. So many things. Some people use art. I mentioned journaling. What helps you process and digest your feeling so you can kind of accept, all right, I see where I am. I see where I am. At least I can own that. Now, is there something healthy, positive that I would like to do about this? So for me, I struggled with this so much when I was younger. I mean, badly. I was kind of knocked out. I was knocked down by my fears and worries about the world. And I felt completely hopeless. And that just made me, want to put the covers over my head and just go to sleep, take a nap, and just like avoid. And inside, I felt really sad and dark and worried and afraid. And now I know I was sort of adding to the collective fear vibration then. I didn't realize it. And it can happen sometimes now as well. But I decided to do the work of becoming a practitioner who learns how to change my energy and help other people to understand these important energy principles and use them in their lives also. So that was my kind of action that I took over a long period of time. That's just an example. And I give that example because sometimes it takes time and we need time to just be with our feelings. So when we shift from outside to inside, we can feel our overwhelmed feelings even bigger than before, and that's okay. Just have time to be with them and process them and try to be kind to yourself and loving with yourself about them. Because even just doing that, right, then we're adding to a more positive vibration for the world, a more loving vibration, a more kind vibration, just by starting with being kind to me and being more accepting of me. And then deciding, is this person, can I just accept this? Or is there some positive, sort of positive based actions, healthy actions that I can take to add to a more healing vibration on the planet? So these are the solutions that start to come up naturally. We uncover them naturally within us when we go inside. And that's how important it is to shift our mindset from outside to inside. Because if we don't go in there, we're not going to find that more healing solution. And we're just fighting. We're just like following this fighting energy and we're adding to the fighting vibration on the planet. And I know those of us who are here at Earth Management TV, we want to fight the good fight, right? Me too. It's very important. We don't need to tolerate negative, unhealthy things or things that are very, you know what I'm talking about, unkind, hurtful, sometimes even cruel to other people on the planet. We don't need to tolerate that. We need to stand up. We need to take our power back too. But our power is within. So, first, we want to enter inside and try to fight the good fight from our light, from a place where we've digested some of the energy, or we know how to use that anger. We know how to use it in a positive way. And these are things we discover through going within. So to go back and answer Patricia's question, how to go within, just as you said, be aware. First, be aware of those voices when you're saying they, she, he, you. You know you're looking out. When you hear yourself complaining, blaming, speaking that out loud to someone or muttering it in your own head, which I know about and find I catch myself too. Then we can realize, okay, I'm looking outside. I'm in a blaming state. Can I just come back and like own my feeling? What do I actually feel right now? Oh, there's so much frustration inside. Oh, there's so much disappointment inside. Okay, I need to digest these feelings. And then I need to find out, do I need to go call that person who I'm angry and frustrated and complaining about? Can I even call them? If I cannot, is blaming and complaining about them helping? You see what I mean? When you check yourself, as Patricia said, you start to find new solutions. So, this is what begins to happen when we go inside. And I'm just going to kind of finish this topic of shifting our mindset from outside to inside with something that I once heard Mother Teresa said they actually stated this in The Secret. I was watching the movie The Secret, or I may have been listening to the audiobook, but anyway, came from that place where they said Mother Teresa once said, I'll never go, like you'll never see me at a pro-war rally. But if they have a pro-peace event, I will be standing in the front row. And the reason is because she knew when we fight for pro-war with anger and blaming and fight that kind of fierce, hate-filled fighting energy. We're just adding to that we're like adding to that collective. So the contribution we want to make to this world is peace. So she said, I'll be standing in the front row if there's a pro-peace event. So anything that is pro-peace is now adding to the peaceful collective. And this peace we can only find within us. I know we've all been looking to see it in the world, but we can't find it easily in the world. But we can find it within us. And then we share that energy with the world. So I hope this is helpful in some way. Again, please share in the comments if you listen to this recording later, if you have any question about this or something I can speak to in a future conscious conversation. I would love to do that. I will be continuing along these similar topics. So before I finish, let me just remind you to join our newsletter. There's a link in the video description here below, because if you join our newsletter, you'll hear about all the kind of new things, great things we're trying to offer towards this earth management, human management, mind management for a peaceful planet. So I hope you can have time to join and participate in all the great things that we have planned for the future. And also, one more shout out before I finish for Courtney. She's doing her full moon meditation, which is a great time for all of us to gather for pro peace. That's going to be on February 24th, which is a Saturday. And it's at noon Eastern time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. So you can kind of calculate for what time that is where you are, for wherever you are in the world. Okay, I think that some links were dropped in the comment box. Thank you, Patricia, for being here with us. Thank you for everyone who's stopping by. Again, please feel free to share your comments. I really like these conversations to be an interaction between us so that we can all do this together. Let's support each other. Okay, thank you so much. I'll finish here. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.